corner, followed up by the rising knee strike. And Punk, some shots to the face of Kingston for good measure.
Punk measures those punches right across the nose.
Oh, look at this, the exploder by Kingston.
Eddie not able to follow up right away, but it was a very impressive exploder.
And you're right, not able to follow up. I don't know if he wants to follow up.
He might not. He might be right about that. He said that.
Just stop the old mud hole in him, right, JR? That's what he wants to do.
He's indicated that Eddie wants to do.
Rapid fire shots. Punk crumples.
Eddie takes a lot of his game, as I understand it, from some of the All Japan wrestling tapes back in the day.
He certainly does. But look at this Punk coming off the middle rope.
Anything to gain an advantage. Now Punk in the mount position, Eddie covering up.
CM Punk raining down blows on Eddie Kingston. And this has been exactly as advertised. This is a fight.
Sometimes we don't know what to expect in a match of this magnitude. We knew what to expect here.
Oh,
Kingston claims that CM Punk has never respected him. Oh!
It's a fight now. One man might be trying to wrestle. The other man is simply not interested in wrestling.
Eddie's used that eye poke many, many times.
And Punk disoriented. He's out on the ropes.
Oh, look at this.
Kingston looked for the exploder on the apron.
That's a whole different ball game than when it is executed in the ring. Palm strikes, heel, those heel shots, heel your head.
Oh! Punk, the Enziguri. Kingston tried to hold on to the ropes.
Boy, that rocked the jaw.
That kick right in the face.
Eddie Kingston said CM Punk never respected him. CM Punk says it's Kingston's lack of self-control, him being his own worst enemy, that Punk doesn't respect. I'm sure somewhere in the middle the truth lies.
Sure. I agree with all of that. Eddie has been his worst enemy throughout his career.
But he has endeared himself to these fans by listening to and reading about his life story.
Oh,
He is a very complex man. He knows he has weaknesses.
and speaking of a weakness, CM Punk slamming that right hand of Eddie Kingston into that steel ring steps, the dominant hand of Kingston.
Eddie's still defiant. Still defiant.
Oh,
good God.
Punk set in, Kingston into the ring to break the hold, or excuse me, break the count. Bryce Remsburg asking if Kingston can continue.
Yeah, he's going to go back out to get him again.
Remsburg may have the toughest job of anybody tonight. Oh my God. He's busted open.
Split open by the steps of
Kingston.
Kingston.
Lord, Eddie.
The war paint.
Oh, wait.
Foot right in the throat.
I
The
forgot.
crimson mask beginning to cover the face of CM Punk. Eddie wants to expose the concrete floor or the ice or whatever's down here.
Eddie sees that making Punk bleed is a victory in itself.
Oh, but Punk.
Yourself right back here. It may be the motivation, as perverse, as ridiculous as it may sound, that CM Punk needed to taste his own blood.
This may be making Punk. We knew this would be an explosive affair. And CM Punk steadying himself, charging in, shoulder tackle, takes down Kingston.
Kingston pops right back up, doesn't he? Look at him.
Kingston, that never say die attitude, swinging a miss.
But it was a lax swing. Eddie's needing a break in the action here, I think. Look at Punk's eyes. Does those eyes mean business? Do those eyes mean business? You're damn right they do. But this one is far from over, in my opinion.
No, he's not going to do it.
How about
No,
that
he's
neutral
not
right
gonna do
there,
it.
buddy?
Oh, not willing to give an inch.
The knuckle knots on the head of Eddie Kingston will be prominent by the time he lays his head on his pillow tonight.
There's some stitching going on backstage, I can tell you that.
So many people standing that have anticipated this matchup, this fight. It really started 15 years ago in the Indies. When Punk was a big star and Eddie was, well, he was just getting the front door.
CM Punk, a man who counts Eddie Guerrero as a mentor, as one of his biggest influences, the Three Amigos.
I saw on Twitter today where Punk mentioned that he was going to try to do a Three Amigo or dedicate this match to the late Eddie Guerrero.
And he landed it, and now Punk headed up to the top.
Boy, Eddie's trying to pull himself up here. I thought Eddie had no defense, but he's trying his best to get. Oh, good God! He just paintbrushed him.
Today's his anniversary of
You see CM Punk's hand, the blood all over the taped hands of Eddie Kingston.
Oh, this man is deranged. And the fans seem to love it.
I don't know if I've ever seen so much passion between two men, so much hatred. And we've seen a lot of them, JR. Good God, this is...
Think about this. For over 15 years, this animosity has been simmering.
Right off the top.
My ass.
Superplex by Kingston.
Yeah.
Both men suffering the ails of that superplex. This match, one fall, 30-minute time limit.
Mercifully for Punk, it looks like most of the blood has cleared out of his eyes.
The blood you see on Eddie, fans, you know by now, it's CM Punk's blood.
Our AEW fans are so astute. They know what good pro wrestling is, what it looks like, what it smells like, and what it tastes like.
Look at these gladiators across the ring from one another.
Stare down, baby.
And they charge to center. It's like Fry and Takayama here in Minneapolis.
Damn, this is good.
I remember
The
that
fact
fight.
is,
Oh, look at these just right hands.
Oh,
Kingston, high boot.
Kick right out of Idaho.
they should be happy
Enziguri
with
drops
that.
Punk to a knee.
Look at Punk, though. Didn't go all the way down. He's trying to pull himself up.
Look at his eyes.
Kingston disoriented by that exchange.
I wonder what he's seeing. I wonder what Eddie is thinking. Fans are loving this.
Oh,
Go to sleep.
Kingston calling his shot.
Don't have to.
Oh, but Punk. JTS.
That go to sleep is absolutely deadly.
But Punk,
He can barely hold himself up on the rope.
he's not capitalizing.
You got to wonder where the fatigue really sets in, and you feel like you're in that deep water. Maybe now.
I mean, with this type of match, the emotions, the energy is so high. Both men likely just pacing, amped up backstage.
Remember, Punk he was out of the business, out of the game for 7 years. Equals no matches. He's got back here suddenly in a big league way, and I don't know how far can he go?
I mean,
Where is he in his mindset? Do you want to pay this price again in your career?
He's obviously staying in great shape.
oh, Kingston! Went for the back fist, but it seems the adrenaline dump has set in for both men. The fatigue now becoming a factor. Kingston on roller skates, Punk. Elbow strikes, drops Kingston down to his knees.
Hey,
Brutal.
hey,
Point of the elbow
hey, scoop the bag. You gotta
goes
scoop
off
the
out.
bag.
So there's the MMA stylings.
It's way across.
CM Punk still training at Rufus Sport.
Why do I making a video?
Repeated knees, and now got Kingston.
It said
up
try
to
not to laugh.
Split.
Kingston won't get up from that.
Will that do it?
Oh,
It does do it. What a goddamn fist fight.
They lowered the boom.
Two men that came to work, to earn respect from each other, for the fans around the world, because, ladies and gentlemen, this is yet another indication.
Hold up, hold up, hold up.
AEW is #1 in pro
Get off,
wrestling.
Denia.
Yes,
And get the marker.
Sure, we're all biased, but you can't look at this and say,
Hold up.
this wasn't what happened tonight and what AEW is all about.
Get the marker.
I can watch matches like this
Get
every
the
day.
marker.
Every day for the rest of my life.
It was a battle, bell to bell.
Get off.
But Eddie Kingston had opportunity to put away CM Punk and claim the victory,
Who
but
did
he
this
cleared.
way?
Kingston didn't want a victory. He wanted to hurt CM Punk here tonight.
I'm sure he did hurt CM Punk here tonight. CM Punk is getting up. How the man feels internally is another question. And now, I don't know if both these guys even know where they totally
Hey, yo,
are.
dude, I just cut my lip.
Not thinking I need to doctor check on
I just did something and I cut. And I don't know. I just cut my lip, bro.
To pull myself back up.
Punk survived everything Eddie Kingston threw at him.
That's awesome.
Let's get back to it.
And he's moving around all this, as you can see.
And Kingston, I think the realization setting in. He hears the music. He knows what happened.
Brought his ass off, did Eddie Kingston. But bottom line is, he didn't get the job done tonight against CM Punk. Nothing to be ashamed about.
But this may be the most important thing, the respect shown by Punk.
And a tremendous amount of respect for both men, as not only fighters but people. And I really didn't want to. That was disappointing we didn't see that.
I laugh.
That sets a high benchmark.
Absolutely, but Eddie Kingston should hold his head
I
high.
know.
He
Yeah,
earned
Christmas light
CM
was that.
Punk's respect here tonight in Minneapolis.
Speaking of Minneapolis, we are not going to forget what we're about to see, I'm sure, because it is a Minneapolis street fight featuring the Inner Circle.
Which I got probably get to work. How the heck did I fall? First, how did I know this video happened?
This company has two real men wrestling for it, and you're looking
I'm
at
sorry,
it
but
right
I don't
now.
know.
Any tough guys in the locker room that you think can come up here and shut them up, I invite you to do so sooner rather than later. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. That man had one of the most successful careers in the history
what I was about to say about the TP is how it felt.
to come out and confront the men of
what
the
the heck
year
is
and
that doing?
American top team, and it was that decision that brought his illustrious career to an end. You got your 10-man tag match. We are going to beat the living shit out of you.